So, guys, we're ready for things that are not necessarily the news, right?
That's right.
This is a fun time of the morning, you know. I love not necessarily the news. This is one of my favorite segments. Now, this one's. Have you ever heard of a young man called Castratos?
No.
No, you don't want to be one of those either. Apparently, people used to castrate pre-puberty boys before the 19th century to halt the growth in their larynx to make them sound better and to rival sopranos, contraltos.
Oh.
Intense.
Yeah, really intense. And don't let me
This
sound
is for
like
your own personal pleasure. Oh my goodness. Doing this also increased their breathing capacity. I would think I would breathe a lot harder. Yes. Thankfully,
Wow.
it stopped in the late 19th century. I mean, that is barbaric.
Yeah.
Huh? And they were called castratos.
That's right.
Castratos. So you don't want to
I
be.
really thought you were talking about somebody famous and, you know.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Well, they were, you know. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's move on to something more edible now. Please, thanks. Did you know that Italy sells more olive oil than it can produce? Did you know that, Karishma?
I didn't know.
You like olive oil?
I love olive oil.
Yeah, me
that's
too.
right.
Yeah. All right. I don't suppose you ever heard of a Mississippi-born alligator named Saturn?
No.
No, neither did I until this morning. He was gifted to the Berlin Zoo in 1936, escaped during the Allied bombing in 43. British soldiers found Saturn 3 years later and gifted him to the Soviet Union. He died at the Moscow Zoo in 2020 at approximately 83 years old.
Whoa.
Wow.
He had a good run, man.
Yeah, boy.
You know, yeah.
Made rounds, man.
Yeah. Gatorade, I guess. A factoid. You've heard that term before. What do you understand by the term factoid?
I don't know.
Something to do with facts generally. I think that's how we look at it, as a short, you know.
Yeah.
But apparently it was originally defined as a piece of information that's commonly believed to be true, but which is actually false.
Oh.
That's kind of bizarre. So, for example, the idea that the Great Wall of China could be seen from space by the naked eye is a factoid. Because it ain't true. You can't see it from space.
At all.
Not that you and I would have known, you know, but interesting. But we grew up hearing that, right? Didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially after people went up into it. Yeah. All right, the sixth Dalai Lama. We all familiar with the current one, at least,
Yeah.
Dalai Lama. Yeah. But apparently the sixth guy was kind of naughty.
Oh.
He was a playboy. Yeah.
Really?
Sleeping with girls, getting drunk on the journey to become Dalai Lama, and spending nights on the streets, drinking wine, singing love songs, and having amorous relationships with girls. Sounded like a pretty everyday kind of guy. But he later disappeared, and his body was never found.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Dalai Lama. Number 6, man. That's quite a dilemma for the Lama. Did you know, Karishma, that the Thai language is tonal and has 5 different distinct tones?
I did not know that.
They did not know
Ah.
that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Contour?
Let's hear the tones.
I don't think that's it, though.
No? Oh, okay. But apparently when spoken with the correct tones, the phrase, my, translates to, new wood doesn't burn, does it?
Don't tell a lie. What?
If using the correct tones, the phrase, my. All right? So let me hear you, and what do you want to have a go at this?
My.
I want to hear 2 tones there. Yeah.
Try Kirschman.
Come on, Karishma. 5 different tones.
All 5.
My.
Wait, you didn't give me 5?
It's
That was
5.
one.
My.
Ma.
All right, that's it. I think that's it.
I think that translated to something totally different.
Yeah, it translates to the wooden house on fire. Wow, I gotta ask Stanley McDonald about this because he lived in Thailand for about a year.
Yeah.
So maybe he knows about these tonal things. All right, 5 distinct tones.
That's
Who
really
knew that?
cool, though.
There you go. Those are some things that are definitely not.
Necessarily the news. Brought to you by Signia Glow Financial Inc. Think outside the bank.